Hello, my name is Eddie. This is my 1979 RS Camaro that I picked up off Marketplace. I tried driving it home, but 2 miles down the street from where I picked it up, it started overheating and spilling a lot of coolant from the engine from the rear. And I believe the transmission does have some problems because when I did shift it, you can kind of see it on the shifter, kind of shifting around, not going straight back and forth. Um, we're going to go ahead and do a walk around, show you the interior, the engine bay, and go from there. Okay, engine bay time. It is a 305 two-barrel, according to the VIN. It does, yeah, it is a two-barrel, 305, unless it's been swapped, in which we won't know. But it seems all original. Battery cables are really bad, and they've been switched to top posts, and we'll be switching these back to side post. We're gonna see where that coolant leak is coming from, and check out that shifter, and go from there. Alright, starting off, we're going to replace these battery cables since these are top posts, and from the previous clip you can see how rotted these battery cables are. Going to side posts, I got the 35-inch for the negative, and I'm assuming 45-inch because this is all they had on the shop. And we're going to replace those, and then do the next repair after that. Alright, so now that we're down here, we got some brake cleaner to clean off all this oil on the starter so we can get that battery cable easier. Just gonna clean all this off as much as I can. You can tell by the water or the brake cleaner coming off of it that it is coolant also dripping. Don't know from where. It is caked on there. May spraying you? It's not coming off. Oh, there is another wire to it. There's two wires. There's this one. So right here, when I went to go tighten the nut on the cable, I realized that the wire came off the O-ring terminal, and that is a fusible link, so we're going to need to repair that in order to get power to the instrument cluster and the ignition. So in the last clip, you saw how the fusible link came off. Went ahead and replaced it with another O-ring 12 gauge, 1210 gauge, the yellow ones. And went ahead and got rid of this wire nut that was on there. It's now a butt connector, which is the right kind of fitting. So let's go see if this car starts. All right, we got the battery cables on. Let's go ahead and start this car. I did find another clip on the fender or on the frame for the starter wire, so that's not in the way of the fan or anything like that. So it's been a couple of days since that last clip, and right now I'm gonna vacuum out the engine bay area because there's a lot of rat poop in there, and then we're gonna try and see where that coolant leak's coming from before I pull anything else apart and before I start the car. Got it kind of cleaned up. I'm gonna pour some water in the radiator since I'm not trying to waste any coolant, and we're gonna see where that leak's coming from. Okay, so that is filled up to the top. Let's see where that leak's coming from. And it's draining out slowly. That's not good. I don't know if you can see that. Coming behind the power steering. After looking things over, I'm going to go ahead and just tear down the front end to get as much of the stuff out of the way so I can see if the leak is coming from the water pump or if it's coming from the freeze plugs. Since it is leaking from the front and the rear, I'm assuming it is going to be the freeze plugs. So let's get into that and go from there. Okay, so we got the alternator off and the brackets. You can see how really bad of an oil leak this car had. So we need to be cleaning this off. Here's one of the freeze plugs down here. And then I need to figure out how to take off this power steering bracket and pump to get access because there's a leak behind that one. And once we see where that's coming from, we'll know if it's freeze plugs or if it's something else. All right, we got the power steering pump off, and as you can see, that freeze plug is rusted out and leaking pretty bad. So that's one of the ones that are causing a leak. And this one seems fine, but I think I'm gonna replace it since I'm gonna buy the kit anyways. And then I know it's leaking from the back from the passenger side. So I'm most likely gonna take this exhaust manifold off and look for the freeze plugs on this side and see if it's the same as this one in the front. Alright, I got the bolts off, but there's one stuck in the back that I'm having trouble reaching. So I'm gonna keep messing with this one. And then I gotta get 3 on the bottom off to fully remove this manifold. Alright, I got all the bolts removed. I'm gonna go ahead and take this manifold off. And let's see the damage, if there's any. Maybe we should remove these spark plugs. Wires. Marked? No. These are definitely the wrong wires because they're super long. I'm having some trouble removing this exhaust manifold. Be stuck on. Something fell off. No idea what it was. I'll find it on the ground. It's not too good. Something correct. Plastic. So that pop noise or the crack was a spark plug that they broke off. Alright, I went ahead and poured more water into this, and you can see here that it's leaking from that freeze plug. And on this side, I still haven't been able to find where it's coming from. But there is a broken sensor right there. I don't know if that's where it's coming from or if it's from somewhere else. Alright, so we didn't get to do the transmission. We did kind of find where the coolant leak was coming from, but we didn't find the other leak. So that's going to be it for this video. We'll see what we do in the next one. We might pull the engine, or we'll try and see if we can do everything inside the engine bay. I doubt it though. If that coolant leak is coming from the back of the block, then for sure we're going to have to pull this motor.